you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh! But these are the perils that lurk in the sea.
Marine insurance.
Protect ships and cargoes and all property.
Marine insurance.
When downpour rolls in, then the waters get rough.
Marine insurance.
The code ensures your coverage is enough.
Marine insurance.
Ready? Marine insurance. Marine insurance. Marine insurance. Marine insurance. Arr, 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 arr.
Ah, the ocean, a place of mystery, wonder, and highly complex maritime risk management. Today, we dive deeper into Bikini Bottom to learn about the Philippine Insurance Code, RA 10607, Title 1, Marine Insurance, Sections 101 to 122. Grab your legal briefs and a large kelp shake. Let us begin.
Hey, listen to me, Sponge. Inside the streets is a valuable culinary creation in the history of the 7 seas. The diamond-encrusted curry patty. King Neptune once delivered the creatures Mariana Trench, but me heart can take any financial risk.
We're not, Captain. What you need is marine insurance. According to Section 101, marine insurance covers vessels, crafts, aircrafts, vehicles, goods, freight, merchandise, effects, disbursements, profit, monies against loss or damage from marine navigation.
Does it protect against plankton stealing? Or what if the pond gets soggy from a leak in the ship? Need paddy wagons to ensure a lot of wear and tear, you know?
An excellent legal distinction. Marine insurance protects against the perils of the sea. That means extraordinary ocean accidents, rogue tidal waves, being swallowed by an Alaskan borer, unpredictable storms,
And the soggy bun?
that is a peril of the ship. Ordinary wear and tear, natural decay, or your own bad packaging is not covered. The insurance company won't pay you if your paddy wagon falls apart because you built it out of cheap ingredients and mayonnaise.
Right. Let's upgrade to mustard too.
Section 101 establishes the jurisdictional scope of marine insurance, adopting a broad, functional definition. It is not limited to hull coverage. It encompasses the entire transit ecosystem, including goods, freight, profits, and the infrastructure, piers, wharves, and dry docks essential to maritime commerce. This section identifies the specific subject matters that require risk transfer mechanisms while in transit or awaiting shipment, including war risks and builders' risks.
Okay, so I own the patty wagon. That means I have an insurable interest. So even if I charter it out to Plankton and he promises to pay me if he crashes it, I still have an interest. But the law says that the insurance company only pays me for what I can get back from the Cyclops first. Now, what if I take out a loan from Mrs. Puff and pledge the patty wagon to fund this delivery?
Oh, that's called a loan on bottom rate.
He said bottom.
Patrick, maritime law is no laughing matter. A bottom-rate loan means that the ship itself is the collateral. If the ship sinks, Mr. Krab doesn't have to pay the loan back. Because of that, the lender, Mrs. Puff, has an insurable interest.
A few moments later.
But Mr. Krabs, according to Section 103, also had an interest, but only for the excess. That's the value of the ship minus the loan amount.
Wait! You're making my head spin, boyo! So if my ship is worth 10,000 clam, and I take an 8,000 clam bottom reel loan, I can only insure my remaining 2,000 clam interest?
Exactly! You can't double dip on a maritime tragedy. Also, sections 104 and 105 says you have an insurable interest in expected freightage, the money in option paying us for the delivery.
Insuring profits I haven't even made yet? It's a capitalist dream come true!
But keep your claws steady, Mr. Krabs. Section 106 adds a little complication. It says that if someone else charters the paddy wagon, they have an insurable interest too, but only for the amount they'd be liable to pay you if they wrecked it.
So you're telling me that if Squidward rents the wagon, my wagon, and he breaks it, he's the one who gets the payout from the insurance company just to pay me?
Precisely. He's only insuring his own liability.
Does this mean the insurance man is watching us right now?
Worse, Patrick. The law is watching us. It's got a very long, very expensive reach.
But don't despair, Mr. Krabs. The law gives as much as it takes. Take Section 107, for example.
Does it give me more money?
It gives you the right to protect your money. Section 107 says, if you have an insurable interest in the thing making the profits, our beautiful greasy paddy wagon, you have an insurable interest in the profits themselves. It legally connects the vehicle into the cash flow.
It's poetic, SpongeBob. Truly poetic. The wagon and the cash bound together in a holy statutory matrimony.
And to make sure our contract are ironclad, Mr. Krab, we have to officially stamp them with Section 108. I mentioned this rule earlier, but Section 108 is the exact law that strictly limits the charterer's interest. It officially declares that a charterer like Squidward only has an insurable interest in the extent he is liable to be damnified by the loss.
Damnified? Watch your language, SpongeBob. There are innocent starfish present.
No, Mr. Krab. Damnified is a legal term. It just means to suffer financial harm or loss. So if the rental contract says that Squidward doesn't have to pay you back for the wagon sinking, he has no insurable interest under Section 108. He can't insure it.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing, boyo. I'll make sure he signs a contract that damnifies him for everything down to the steering wheel grease. Now, pass me a pen and let's get drafting.
Under sections 100-108, insurable interest prevents speculation by requiring actual financial loss if property is damaged. Ship owners retain interest during charters, but expected profits are only insurable once a voyage actually begins. Ultimately, the specific contract dictates how this interest is shared between the owner and charterer.
Hello, I am Guy Normal Fish. Completely normal, not fishy at all. I would like full marine insurance on my sightseeing submarine.
Sir, I need you to be completely honest. Marine insurance operates under strict rules of concealment, sections 109 to 112. It requires utmost good faith.
Good faith? Good faith? I don't even have regular faith.
Section 109 states that parties must disclose the whole and exact truth of everything material to the risk. except those mentioned in Section 30. You cannot hide the true nature of the vessel, otherwise the contract is vitiated.
Fine! It has one teeny tiny death rate, but you didn't ask!
And Section 110 says you must even disclose the beliefs and expectations of a third person in reference to a material fact, since those are also considered to be material. If a certain fast food owner expects you to attack him with a death ray, you have to tell me because that will influence my decision whether to insure you. And Section 111 legally presumes you already know about any prior damage to your ship before insuring it. If the insured hides either the national character of the insured, the liability of the thing insured to capture, which is the taking of a vessel or cargo by a belligerent power to keep it as a price of war, and detention, which is the act of an authority holding a ship or preventing it from leaving a port, the liability to seizure from breach of foreign laws of trade, the want of necessary documents, or the use of false or simulated papers, then the insurer is exonerated for paying for losses that directly result from what was hidden. But I don't think that applies in your case.
Curse you, maritime law!
Marine insurance operates on the principle of überrime fidei, or utmost good faith, requiring the full disclosure of all information material to the assessed risk. Sections 109 and 110 impose a positive duty on both parties to disclose facts that would influence the judgment of a prudent underwriter, regardless of whether a specific inquiry was made, while Section 112 outlines specific minor matters that do not vitiate the entire contract. As SpongeBob attempts yet another journey behind the wheel, his questionable driving skills lead him somewhere he certainly did not intend to go.
Arrgh! Before you brave the briny deep, you need to fulfill the implied warranties of seaworthiness.
Kachi, what makes a ship seaworthy?
Aye, she looks ship-shape now, but Section 117 demands that she be seaworthy at the exact time of the commencement of the risk. And if Mr. Krabs insured her for a specified period of time, that implied warranty ain't fulfilled until she's seaworthy at the start of every single voyage she takes during that period. Furthermore, if our cargo gets transshipped onto another vessel at a port of call, each new vessel has to be just as seaworthy at the start of its own trip. And Section 118 says that she must have a competent master and crew. SpongeBob, how many times have you failed your driving test?
1,258,000 times.
And then your ship is legally unseaworthy because the driver is a hazard to navigation. The insurance is void.
Let Garda Snails drive. He's licensed. But what if the engine breaks during the trip?
Section 120 says that if the ship becomes unseaworthy during the voyage, ye must fix it promptly. If ye unreasonably delay the repairs, the insurer is exonerated from any loss that happens from then on. And what about the cargo?
The diamond body!
Section 121 requires a ship to be seaworthy for the specific cargo. If you transport a perishable patty, your ship needs a working fridge. If it spoils because it was too hot, the insurance pays not. And where did you say this cargo come from? Because you better have the papers to prove it.
Papers? I have the secret recipe and my Krusty Krab Employee of the Month certificate. Is that enough?
Avast, you purse fool! Section 122 says that if the policy expressly warrants the nationality or neutrality of the ship or cargo, it is strictly implied that she will carry the requisite documents to prove it. If the insurers demand proof, this is a neutral Bikini Bottom patty, and you can't sail without the official paperwork. And you definitely can't carry forged jump bucket documents that cast reasonable suspicion on your cargo. No papers, no payout.
Aye, Captain. I'll get Mr. Krabs to notarize the patties and bring my passport immediately.
The implied warranty of seaworthiness under Section 115 is a fundamental, non-negotiable obligation that exists in every marine policy by law. Seaworthiness is a holistic standard. Under Section 118, it necessitates a competent master, a properly trained crew, adequate provisions, fuel, food, water, and essential navigation equipment. Crucially, this is a continuous obligation, meaning that under Section 120, a failure to address unseaworthiness that arises mid-voyage discharges the insurer from liability for subsequent losses.
I'm so glad you could give me a policy for $500. And just so you know, my patty wagon is made of indestructible titanium.
Ha! You fool! I don't even work for an insurance company. This contract is fake.
Huh! Joke's on you! I lied to. The patty wagon is made of painted cardboard. Hold it right there.
Sections 113 and 114 on representation. Section 113 clearly demonstrates that if a representation by a person insured is intentionally false in any material respect, it rescinds the contract from the moment it was made. And you, Mr. Krabs, you lied about the materials of your vessel. Because of this mutual fraud, your contract is dead.
No! But I still have to deliver the patty to Neptune. Ha 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 ha!
Breaking news! Representations function as the fundamental statements of fact upon which an insurer calculates risk and establishes premiums. Sections 113 and 114 clarify that while an eventually unfulfilled expectation does not necessarily void a policy, the falsity of a material fact regarding the nature of the risk does. Consequently, insured parties must perform rigorous due diligence, as any intentional misrepresentation of a material fact regarding the nature of the risk grants the insurer the right to rescind the entire contract.
And so our friends safely delivered the patty, all while adhering strictly to RA 10607. The sea is a harsh mistress, but the law is watertight.